This video podcast is brought to you by McCarter Online.
I just love to make us, the main thing I'm trying to do in the rehearsal room is make a safe space, like where people feel that they can really, make fools of themselves or get frustrated, and that they're sort of, you can't make a mistake, so that and I think that usually that means a playful environment, that there's something about like this, a sense of play that just loosens people up. And but then there are other, if you come in the day before, we were working on an incredibly painful scene, and it's a very different sort of tenor in there. I think a very loving and gentle one, but it's not that party atmosphere.
Sure.
So I think it's certainly the tone of the moment that that we're trying to craft in the play dictates a lot of kind of, I think, what the spirit is in the room. But it's always been, I think, a little story about another director. Did anybody? I don't know if you guys saw Company in New York. It was a musical in New York that a friend of mine was in. And he told me this story that always inspires me when I'm like in the difficult moments in rehearsal, where there was this girl, actually her name was Amy Justman, who I had babysat when I was like, in high school. She was my next door neighbor. And she was in company with this friend of mine, Raoul, and she was, the director cast all these musicians that weren't really trained actors, very young people. So Amy Justman was one of these musicians. And she had to also act in the play. It's on Broadway. It's kind of a big deal. And she wasn't very good. He said at the beginning she was like very scared and kind of hiding and shameful. And the director never once told her what she was doing wrong. Never said a negative thing to her. The entire process, he would just say to her, "You're so beautiful. I love what you're doing. You're just." It's so, just trust it and just like release it, just keep going. And he said by the end she was like completely blossomed. And I was like, oh, I spent a lot of time giving people notes about what they're doing wrong, but there is something about just like loving people up, if I can just remember, the value of that. And how powerful that is, how powerful that can be, just to be, to feel safe and loved, that you can really kind of release yourself. So that's, I guess, what I'm trying, like the atmosphere that I'm trying to create. Not always successful, but it is what I'm like on the hunt for.
This podcast has been brought to you by McCarter Theater in Princeton, New Jersey. For tickets, call 609-258-ARTS or visit www.mccarter.org.